What's up, guys? Chris here again with Aquarium Conversations. Want to do a kind of a product review of an item I've actually had for a while now. Kind of got some mixed feelings about it. This is a Sicce Nano I don't know. It's essentially a nano filter. Okay, I picked this up at Petco, excuse me, for about $20. This is kind of there's some instructions down here exactly what it does. You can use it for a terrarium, aquarium, all that kind of stuff, fresh water, salt water. There's this sponge that I'm using here. There's this cartridge. Actually, let me get that for you. I'll show you that cartridge. Hang on. All right, forgive me. I don't have this cartridge. Essentially what this is like a little plastic cartridge that has some carbon in it and an additional filter pad. The thing that sucked about it was you can't open it. So that was the first thing. It's just kind of like a one-time use. When you're done, throw it away. If you want to use another one, you have to go buy another one, which I didn't really get that. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if you could open like a little cartridge. And if anyone has this filter, let me know, because now that I think about it, I think I actually cracked it trying to open it. That's probably why I ended up throwing it away. But let me know if there's a way to open it. But anyway, I have the filter on this, and I think it's rated for, I think it's like 5 to 15 gallons or something like that, which is kind of debatable, to be honest with you. I have it on this 11-gallon nano tank. There's one fish in here. It's a planted tank. This is probably more than enough to filter this tank. Essentially, it's just moving the water around. I would probably say the plants are probably doing more of a filter than this device right here. But I kind of have. Let me say this. Sicce is kind of a big name in the hobby. They make really, really good pumps. I even have some other ones that I'm probably going to do reviews on. I have one in a saltwater tank. Actually, two. I have a small canister filter, and I have here, let me just show you. And I don't really want to kind of, get ahead of myself, but there's one of the CJ Sharks right there, and then there's one of their canister filters that I'm using for this saltwater tank. So, all in all, they make good products. It's just this little nano guy that we're going to go back to. And when, you kind of think of how popular nano aquariums are in the hobby, I have my concerns about this one. And I guess that's, I'll kind of cut to the chase. I'm going to try and do this one-handed, but I'm going to pull it out of the water, and I have, a little container of water right here, and hopefully I'll be able to take it apart and kind of show you guys some of the concern. First of all, like the level as far as the amount of water volume it puts out, as far as like you're slow or fast. It's so hard to, this little device right here, this little slide right here, you guys can see that, like it's so, like you have to get in there and like force this thing up and down, you know what I mean? And it'd be cool if it was like a little, maybe a little switch or something like that. You could switch back and forth. But no, you have to like get in here and almost lose a fingernail trying to get that thing up. Okay. And again, I'm not bashing it. I'm not really even complaining about it. I just think that this thing simply is just over engineered. Let me take this apart. Hang on one second. Okay, so here's your your internal compartment where your sponge is at. I'll take the sponge out. Forgive me, the water might get a little dirty. Which is also, that's a good sign too, because that means it's doing its job. But let's look at where the impeller's at. Like the impeller is underneath, but you have this little thing like blocking it. So essentially none of the water comes in through the bottom like every traditional filter. It comes in through the back here. And there, this thing spinning right here, that's your impeller. So the water gets sucked in through the back in this little opening, which might, you know, I don't know, maybe that causes greater flow because it's less of an opening, so you have more pressure or something like that. But then the water, the water doesn't shoot straight out. It comes like through here and then up this little spout here. And what's crazy is there's even a piece of missing I took off. So this piece right here, okay, goes, forgive me guys, it goes on here like this. So the water, if you can kind of follow me, gets sucked in through there and then squirted out the front, but instead of coming out here, it goes up and then out this little hole right here. So now let's think about this. Good filter, right? You know, how easy is this for this thing to get clogged? And that's kind of what the issues I ran into because, focus. You know, there was stuff getting lodged in here. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to take this piece off. And then, oh, well, come on. Sorry, guys. And then to come to find out, there was stuff getting clogged down here. So I took that other piece off, and I still don't really understand what this piece is for, because it honestly comes off. If I can get the damn thing off. Come on. It comes off and there's the impeller. Like, that's what we're all used to seeing, right? Like, call me crazy. You know, so again, I think removing that, and I mean, you know, there's some good water movement here, right? You see that? So I'm not questioning the impeller or the motor or anything like that. It's just, I just think this thing is, you know, over-engineered for a nano filter. And, you know, some of the issues I had to do with clogging just because the outlet, if you will, it had, you know, the water was being sent one too many places. I just think it should have just came out the front like every other filter, like right here. Just, you know, and maybe I can, without breaking it, maybe there's a way to just remove this piece, and maybe that's kind of one hidden gem of these Sicce pumps is, you know, you can kind of customize them. Let me put this thing back together. I'll get it back in the water. Hang on. All right, so I'm leaving that piece off. Now I'm gonna put this thing back in the water. And this is, you know, it almost, okay, that time it started up pretty good, but sometimes in the past it would take forever to pass air through there. So, I mean, as you guys can see, like, you know, the flow is pretty good. It does a good job filtering. So this isn't, I'm not at all bashing this product. I just think for 20 bucks or $24.99 or something like that, I just think there's more efficient filters out there that have less of the kind of engineering, and as far as ease of use, are just easier to use. It's a good filter, you know. It's been running this tank for about a month. It's just, I don't understand all the extra stuff, if that makes sense. Anybody who has this filter, if you guys know any tricks or anything like that, I just, you know, let me know. I just think with the popularity of nano tanks, planted tanks, whatever, bedded tanks, you know, I just think less is more. Less is more, you know. I just don't know if all that other stuff is necessary. You know, I don't know if that, you know, maybe it's just the whole, the brand with Sicce and whatever. Like I said, they make good stuff. I'm using other products, so I'm not bashing them by any means. I just think this thing's over-engineered, and it doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles that it does to do what it needs to do. You know, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If anyone has this filter, tell me about your experience. If there's any tricks or something that I'm missing, help me out. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know if I would recommend this one. Say, hey, go out and buy this. This is the best filter for nano. I don't really know if I would recommend it. I think there's a bunch of other ones on there that you can get. Night Crew has a bunch. Cascade has a couple. So I would maybe recommend those over this one, not because of how good of a job it does, but just how simple those other ones are in regards to this one. So I'll leave it there, guys. Let me know any questions or comments. Leave them down below. I was looking forward to that. Other than that, guys, I'll talk to you guys, and as always, see you guys down the road. Bye.